My name's Edward Walker. I'm living on the boat at the moment. I used to have a different boat that I lived on. It was a project boat which needed doing up. Inside all I had was the bed. At the time I bought it, my dad was ill, he was dying, and he said, "Don't worry." He said, "Don't do that boat up, it's going to take you for years." He said, "Your inheritance will buy you the narrow boat you've always wanted." Not long after that, while my dad was still alive, there was an accident and a narrow boat went through the side of my boat. He wasn't insured. My insurance didn't cover me for him hitting me. I had to claim off him, not my own insurance. I was only third party fire and theft, so I was covered for them if I hit them, but I'm not covered for anything they have to pay out of theirs. So I lost everything. What I didn't know is my family had already vultured my dad's money, the money that he was going to leave to me. Had he have known, he would have bought me a narrow boat while he was alive, you know. Anyway, I had to start again from a street corner in a doorway. There was me and one dog at the time. After 2 years of that, I'd finally found another boat. It needed all the work doing to it that the first boat needed doing, but I knew I could do it given the time and a bit of help from some friends and some people. That's the boat that's behind us just there. Inside is very, very nearly complete. It just needs decorating now. Family vultures, not bothered leaving the vulture. I am strong enough to rebuild my life without them. I've explained about the angel that helped me with the getting this boat in the water and getting set up and started. Now that the boat's in good order, I intend to stop busking on one street corner only and travel. And I can do 3 or 4 different towns, have my days off while I'm doing my travelling, and it's also a holiday. If I want a holiday for 2 weeks, I can go wherever I want. Wherever you can get to on land in Britain, you can get to by river. You just have to go a different route. I have a hole in my head. I'm not allowed to drive a car, a bike or anything that's on the road, but I am allowed to drive a boat. You don't need a licence for a river boat, other than your river licence to say that the boat's allowed to be there. So I went the boat way, so as I've got a home, I've got transport, I can rebuild, and I don't have to ask for help, because for 20 years before I got my first boat, I was asking the council for help, and they said, "Have you got a local connection?" I said, "Yes, I've got my dad living here and I've got my daughter living here." The council told me that wasn't enough of a local connection. So, no help from the council for 20 years. All I got was persecuted because I went self-employed, picked up my guitar, went out into the streets and started busking. I didn't claim the dole office. I earned my money legally and I weren't taking a penny off. When COVID hit, I had to sign on. Now I declare my money to them, and as my money's been going up, their money will come down and it will go. What I want out of life? Peace. Peace of mind. The beauty of the boating life is, if you've got a neighbour that you don't like, I don't have to put up with him. I can start the engine and I can move somewhere else. You know, it's a very good community down here on the river. You'll get 2 types that live on the river. You get those that cannot live anywhere else because they can't fit in, and you get those that want a community but don't want to live in the same place all the time. They want to travel around, they want to enjoy their life. I'm part of the community side of it. I want to be, if someone needs help, I want to be there to help them, because there are times when I need help and it's nice that someone will come up and offer it. It's an unwritten rule with boaters that we do. At the moment, the Environment Agency is splitting everything up and making it very, very expensive to live on the river. It used to be the cheapest form of living, but now they're charging river by river. Where I live here, I've got the one river, but there are 3 rivers that I need due to the seasons. I need the Nene, I need the Ouse, and I need the Welland. They're all connected, all within a mile space, but if I go through the lock into the Ouse, straight away it's another licence, and that's another £500 on top of what I've already paid to be in the river in the first place. If I want to go on the Welland, that's another £500. If I want to go on a canal, I don't know what they're charging, but that's more. So it used to be you could buy one licence and that'd cover you the whole country. Now they still do that, but that's more than doubled in price. And most people keep their boats in marinas and only have them as something to do when they're having a holiday. For those of us that live on them, they've got what they call constant flow. So therefore you get your insurance as constant flow, and unless you're behind a yellow line, which we have on the pavement, you can see it behind me, you're only allowed to stay there 24 to 48 hours, and then you have to move on unless there is a mechanical failure in your boat. While the boat's up and running fine, I'm quite confident that I can go anywhere I want. It's now just a case of getting the licences so I can be where I want to be in each season. But unfortunately you pay April till April, even if I only want a month on the river. If I only wanted to be through a flood that was going to take a month here, I would have to pay £500 to go through the lock to get me up to higher ground and buy a year's licence, no matter what month it was elsewhere. But we don't mind, onward and upward. Don't let money get in the way, because money was the one thing that held me back. After the Angel came, it was all systems go, and all I needed then was friendship. People that will help, people that will guide me in the right direction. People have taught me so much that I didn't know, and I'm a very experienced boater. But I'm still learning, and probably till my dying day I will be learning. Lorry drivers are still learning, no matter how long they've been driving that lorry, they still learn. And it's the same for us. It's the best kind of life I've had. I've never felt the freedom that I've had since I've been on the river. The freedom is the important bit. We pride ourselves in living in a free society, but the only place that you won't get freedom is if you live in a house or a flat and you are being hammered by the authorities for every penny that you earn, and then you haven't got the freedom. And if you earn a penny too much, they'll take that off you in tax. So I'm better off earning nothing and being happy than striving for big money and being miserable all my life. This is why that little boat is worth more to me than Ozzy Osbourne's mansion. My future now is not doom and gloom. All I could see 5 years ago was things getting worse. Now I've been accepted into the community. A lot of people like me busking, but the minute that guitar was out of my hand, I'd walk down the street, they'd take one look at my appearance, and I was dodgy. Now they see that I am effectively a homeowner. I'm accepted. I get more strangers come and stop, and they want to talk to me as a human being, not look down on me and say, oh, well, we don't like the way you look, stay away, dodgy. they come over, they're interested in my life, they're interested in the boating life. In the summer you get loads of people down here, and they stop and talk to those that will. When I come out of my boat, I'm on the side of the river. In summer I will not cook on the wood burner in the boat, and I don't use a cooker. Everything is done with the wood fall that comes naturally from the trees. I put it onto a barbecue and I can cook on that. You can turn it into an oven, you can do all sorts. Everything that I'm doing now is upwards, not downwards. Before, to get a meal, it cost me £7 to £10 because you're having to buy takeaway. Now I can buy a meal for £3, come home and cook it. The good side of this is there's too many good things for me to mention, but my life is going the right direction now, and that is all I want to do, is keep on going up, not down, up.